Hello guys, welcome back to my channel. Caden is sleeping for a change. So I thought I would do this guilty or innocent tag. I saw it around YouTube a few times and I thought it might be interesting to do. I'm kind of a fan of tags, so I'm sorry if you don't like tags. Just comment below if you don't want to see any more. I just might have an addiction. I might just have a problem. Anyway, let's get started so I don't make this video super long like all the other ones. Okay, question number 1. Saying you are letting a dish soak when in reality you just don't want to wash it. I would have to say I'm innocent of this. I'm being completely honest. I am OCD. I'm very clean. I'm not saying people that like let dishes soak in the sink are dirty. No way. I hate messes sitting around. I hate messes in the sink. So like if, you know, Caden eats or something and I go and stick them in the sink to soak, they'll be soaking for like maybe a minute, if that. Well, I go do something real quick and then I come right back and get to them because I can't stand seeing it in the sink. I have to get it done and out of the way. Okay, question number 2. Restart the dryer to avoid folding. Again, I'm innocent of this. I like getting things out of the way. I don't like things sitting around, especially when I'm doing laundry. I don't like them just sitting in the dryer and just keep going and going. I have to get them out and get them folded as soon as possible. Unless I'm busy, then, you know, obviously I'll just take them out and till I can, you know, get Caden taken care of or asleep or whatever the case may be. But again, I just don't like things sitting around in there. I mean, obviously they're not sitting because you're restarting the dryer, but I don't want to waste electricity either. Question number 3. Hide when eating so you don't have to share with the kids. Like, I guess I would have to say innocent. Caden's only 9 months old, so he doesn't actually eat what I eat. I actually do usually eat when he's just crawling around or whatever, and he does act like he wants it, but he actually can't really eat like whole foods. Like, you know, if I'm eating fruit or something, like he won't eat it. Like, he'll act like he wants it and I'll give him a piece or something, you know, cut up, and he won't eat it. He'll just make a weird face and spit it out. So I really don't have to worry about it. Sometimes I'll be eating applesauce or something like that and yogurt, and I will let him have a little bit of mine. I'm not going to be stingy, so I would have to say innocent. Question number 4 is obey the 5-second rule. I joke around with the 5-second rule a lot. My floors are very clean, like I said. I'm OCD. If it's something that Caden is eating, or if it's like Caden's food, no, I'm not gonna give it to him, just because I'm very paranoid. When it comes to me, I'll eat off the floor. My floors are clean. I really don't care. I guess I would say, what would you say? Obey the 5-second rule. No, I guess I would say innocent for that one too. Question number 5 is say it's an hour later so you can get the kids into bed early. This is really hard for me because a lot of these questions are for like older kids. Obviously I don't have to tell Caden, oh, it's 8 o'clock when it's 7 o'clock to get him in bed early. He goes to bed between 8 and 9 every night, and that's just the routine, and he goes to bed just fine. So obviously he can't understand when I'm telling him it's this time and it's not this time. So yeah, I guess I would have to say innocent for that one too. Question number 6 is rewashing laundry because you forgot to switch it over to the dryer. Again, I would have to say innocent on that one. I don't forget really. When I'm doing something, you know, I just, like I said, I gotta get it done. I wouldn't leave it just sitting in the washer. I'm pretty good at remembering. If anything, maybe it'll sit there for like 5 minutes, but not enough to be dirty where I need to rewash it, because there are those times obviously when I'm taking care of Caden and I'm running around and sometimes I just forget, but I can hear the washer. It's right there in the hallway, so it's like I really can't forget. But you know, I would say innocent again. I'm sorry, all these questions are gonna be innocent. I feel like I'm so sorry, this isn't even interesting. Question number 7. Wiping the dirty spots on the floor and convincing yourself that you mopped. I would have to say innocent again. I usually sweep and mop. I usually do the house usually like once a week. And there's actually a funny story that kind of reminds me of the other day. I was actually cleaning the whole house, and I had done everything, and I swept and I started mopping, and I mopped the whole entire kitchen, and then I went in my room, and there was actually these spots on the floor because we had a mirror hanging on the back of our door, and it actually fell and broke because the tape on it wasn't holding for some reason like it was supposed to. So we had like tape where it was laying on the floor and it was stuck to the floor. So I took the mop and I was sitting there and I was scrubbing it and I was scrubbing it, and my mop broke. The end just fell off, and I was already on the first room. I still had the rest of the house to do. All I had done was the kitchen, so I still had the living room, I had Caden's room, I had the hallway, I had the bathroom. I have hardwood floors, so I have no carpet at all. It's all tile, all hardwood floors. So I actually had to take all of my white washcloths and towels that I actually use, and I had to mop the floor with them against my will. I did not want to do it that way, but that's how I had to do it. But yeah, I would never do that like intentionally, because that's actually way too hard for me. I would rather just take the mop out and mop real quick, especially if there's like a dirty spot. It makes it easier for me personally. So again, I would have to say innocent. Question number 8. Ask the hubby to pick something up or call for takeout because you forgot to thaw something out. Actually, that's amazing. That actually is guilty. I'm guilty of that. And sometimes I do it intentionally just because I don't feel like cooking. I do sometimes, I'll have meat or I'll have something in the freezer, and I'll ask him the night before and he won't answer me or something, or I'll forget to ask again, and then it comes the next morning and there's like not enough time to have it thawed out, and it's already a few hours left until he gets home and I can't stop cooking. So I'm like, just bring something home from work, or you know, we'll call and get something from here, something like that. So I actually am guilty of that one, sometimes intentionally just because I don't feel like cooking. Shh. Question number 9. Let the kids run around in diapers or undies because their clothes are in the laundry. I would have to say I'm guilty of this, not because I'm doing the laundry, but just because it's easier, especially with Caden. He throws up a lot, and when he eats, he's very messy. So most of the time I actually don't have him in a onesie or don't have him in anything really. I just let him run around in his diaper just because it's easier, and he always fights me to change him if he, you know, does throw up on something or makes a mess on one of his clothes or something like that. It's actually really hard to change him. He fights me and he turns and stuff like that. So I'm actually guilty of letting him just run around in his diaper just because it's easier, and you know, he doesn't get cold or anything. He's very warm all the time. He's like me. So I do let him run around in his diaper. Question number 10. Wash dishes by hand because you don't feel like unloading the dishwasher. I really don't know to say if I'm guilty or innocent on this one, because we actually don't use our dishwasher. We have a dishwasher, but I'd rather not use it. I usually, whenever I'm washing dishes, I usually just put them in the sink with some soap and I just wash them by hand. That's just how I feel is the easiest for us. It's not because I don't feel like unloading the dishwasher. Sometimes there's days where I would just like to use the dishwasher, but again, that saves electricity. So we just do them by hand. I just feel like doing it that way, not just because it saves electricity, just because that's how I was brought up. We've never used a dishwasher, even though we had one. We always just washed them, and it's better to get up after you eat, even though you don't really feel like doing it after you eat. It's better to get up and do it, and I actually heard it helps with weight loss. I don't know why, but it's supposed to. Question number 11. Clean more in 10 minutes than you have in a whole week before a guest arrives. We actually don't really have a lot of people that do come over. Obviously, if we do have like my parents coming over, my grandparents coming over, I do little spot cleaning, not like, you know, deep cleaning like I would do on a weekly basis, just because there's toys all over the floor. And I usually don't clean them up much. I'll clean them up at night when Caden goes to bed, but they're gonna be all over the floor again the next day. So, you know, before someone comes over, I'll usually pick up the toys and I'll put them in the toy box or put them in his playpen just to get them out of the way, but that's really all I do before a guest comes over. Question number 12. Dropping something on the floor and instead of cleaning it up, calling the dog over. I would say that I am guilty of this. We don't actually have a dog, so if I do drop something, I do have to clean it up, or if Caden drops something, I do have to clean it up. That's kind of the reason why I do want a dog. But when I was at my parents' house, you know, before we moved out and everything, I was guilty of that growing up. If I dropped something and want to pick it up or clean it up, I would just call over the dog, and usually he can tell. Like, all you would have to do is drop something and go, and he would know you dropped something, and he'd be over there like in a heartbeat. You just hear him running across the floor and he would get it. Doesn't matter what it is, that dog would eat everything. So yes, I was guilty of it. Obviously I'm not anymore because we don't have a dog here, but I was. Question number 13. Remove makeup before you go to bed or leave it on. I always remove my makeup before I go to bed. I just can't sleep with it on. There was times in high school that I was too tired after I got off work and it was late and I had to wake up for school the next morning. There was times that I just took a makeup wipe and wiped it over my face, and you know, there was makeup still on my face and I fell asleep with it. But then that's when I would wake up and my eyes would be like burning, and it would be all in my eyes, it would be all under my eyes, and it would look disgusting. Obviously I could take it off the next morning, but that's really not that good to do, and I regret doing it, and that's why now I always take my makeup off. I don't wear makeup that often, but when I do, it usually automatically comes off like first chance I get, because I feel very uncomfortable in makeup. Even just sitting here now wearing makeup, I feel very uncomfortable, my eyes burn. That's just how I feel. I don't know if that makes me weird or not. I know a lot of people wear makeup all day long, and I used to do it in high school and I used to do it before I went to work, but eventually I just got sick of it, honestly. So I always have to take it off before I go to bed for sure. Otherwise I'll feel really uncomfortable and I won't be able to sleep. Question number 14. Place a blanket over wet spots so you don't have to change the sheets in the middle of the night. I would have to say I'm innocent of this, just because I don't really have this issue. My kids aren't older or anything. Caden is still in a diaper, and he doesn't pee through. There was a time way back when we were using Huggies diapers and they just didn't work well for us, and he leaked through onto the sheets. But we actually had like little sheet protectors that went across the sheet, also because he used to throw up really bad when he was younger. So actually when we would wake up in the middle of the night, all we would have to do is take those off and put a new one on. So I don't know, I guess innocent. I don't do that anymore. He doesn't pee. We found the right diapers for him that he doesn't pee through. Question number 15. Wear jeans multiple days in a row if they look clean. Definitely guilty of this. I thought I was going to make it through this whole tag with no guilties. Yes, definitely guilty of this. I don't have very many pairs of jeans now that I had a ton. But after having Caden, I did gain weight. So obviously I didn't fit in my size 0 jeans, and I had like 4 or 5 pairs of them, like one for every day of the school week. Not anymore. I don't have very many pairs of jeans, because I am hoping to lose weight, so I'm not going to go on a shopping spree and buy all these pairs of jeans and waste my money. So I do actually wear my jeans multiple days in a row. I know it's gross. You can say it's gross. They're clean. I maybe put them on and go out for an hour if I have to go shopping and come back and I'm back in like shorts or leggings or just something that I wear around the house. So I'm guilty of it, but they're not dirty. If there's a stain on them, obviously I'm not going to wear them out, and you know, if I got puke on them or something like that from the baby, I'm not going to wear them out. But they're clean, you know, no harm in that. I don't think so. Question number 16. Eat scraps off your kid's plate because you don't have time to make your own meal. I'd have to say I'm innocent of this. Caden still eats baby food. So obviously I'm not gonna eat what he has left over, but he never has anything left over anyway. He eats a whole jar and then he has his formula, and that's just how it is. So I would have to say I'm guilty of tasting a little bit of it though. Like if, you know, if I get it on my hand or something, then yes, I do lick it or something like that, or I'll lick the spoon. If it's a good baby food. Some baby food's not good, but some is. Like banana baby food is banging. Question number 17. Eating kids' stash of Halloween or Easter candy. Gotta say I'm innocent of this right now. Halloween's coming up, so I don't know. We're gonna take him trick-or-treating. Obviously he can't eat candy because he's gonna be about 10 months around that time. So yeah, I'll probably be eating that candy. But Easter time, he was only 4 months, so obviously all he got was like clothes and little toys and different things like that in his Easter basket. He never got candy. So, you know, that'll be when he's older, and I'm not gonna eat his candy. I'll stash it up somewhere and save it, you know, for later so he doesn't eat, you know, the whole basket or whole bag, whatever. Question number 18. Say your child is allergic to something so you don't have to share. Again, innocent. I guess I should have waited to do this when Caden was a little bit older, because there's like questions that are for like older kids. I feel like that's kind of mean though. I wouldn't tell him, oh, you're allergic to like strawberries or chocolate or something, you know, so he doesn't eat mine. I'm gonna share, obviously, and I don't need to be eating like a ton of whatever I'm eating anyway, so I'll share, obviously. Question number 19. Put wrinkled shirt back into the dirty clothes so you don't have to iron. I would have to say innocent. I don't even own an iron. None of our clothes ever seem to get wrinkled. Even my husband's work shirts are usually okay. So we never really have that issue. I probably should get an iron sometime, but we never really have to iron our clothes, and I never have to throw them back in the dirty clothes because of that reason. Like I said earlier, I usually always automatically take them out of the dryer when they're done. So they don't usually get wrinkled. They usually get hung right back up, and there's usually no issue in them getting wrinkled. Question 20. Procrastinate getting in the shower, but then don't want to get out. I have to say I'm guilty of this. I usually procrastinate getting in the shower because the only time I really can is when Caden is sleeping, because he gets cranky when you put him in the playpen or, you know, anything else like that. There's really nothing I can really do with him. So I procrastinate getting in there because when he goes to sleep, that's when I want to film or I want to edit or I want to eat. So I procrastinate getting in, but then when I do get in, it feels so good that I just don't want to get out. So definitely guilty of that. Question 21. Rehearse argument in head just in case. I would have to say innocent. I don't ever plan on arguing with anyone. I do have that that case that a lot of people do this, I think, because I don't think I'm the only one. But like if they're like out or something and someone is rude or says something rude, and then you just like keep your mouth shut and you don't say anything because you don't know what to say, but then you walk away and in your head you're like, wow, I could have said this would have been good. And I get like that a lot because we have a lady that lives near us, and I always say hello to her. I've always been nice to her since, you know, the day that I moved in. I never did anything mean to her, and she glares at me. I say hello, and she glares at me, and it's like I did something wrong to her, and I didn't do anything wrong to her. And sometimes I'll walk back in the house and I'll be like, man, I could have said this, or I could have said that. I was rude one time though. When she didn't say hello back, I was like, or not. You know, but I feel like saying so much more to her because I never did anything wrong, and I was never mean. I was never nothing but nice to her. I'm always nice to everybody around me. Question number 22. Ignoring text for days and then replying, OMG, my reply never went through. Innocent, I guess. I don't really text anyone but my husband, and I always text him back right away when he texts me usually, unless I'm filming, which in this case there's like 2 messages, but he knows that I'm busy either taking care of Caden or cooking or cleaning or filming, anything like that. But if I'm not busy and I'm not making a video, then I usually text him back right away. So I never really have that issue, so I guess innocent. Question number 23. Snooping in other people's bathroom cabinets. I would have to say innocent. I know this is definitely a big guilty for a lot of people because a lot of people get curious what people have in cabinets. Nothing weird, but I never did that. I don't really go many places, and if I do, I usually don't use the bathroom. So I don't really snoop in other people's bathroom cabinets. Question 24. Turn radio down in car when looking for a number or house. Definitely guilty of this. I don't know why, but I know a lot of people do this. Like, I've seen things on Facebook about like turning radio down when you're getting close to somewhere or looking for somewhere. For some reason, a lot of people do that, and I don't even know why, because I do it myself. Especially if I have someone in the car, I guess, because I'm turning it down and I'm like, hey, is that it? Or is this it? You know, and I want to make sure that we're going to the right place. So I'm definitely guilty of this, and I know a lot of people are. Question number 25. Use perfume flyers that come in magazines. I would have to say guilty. If I did get perfume that came in magazines, I probably would do that. And I did when I was little because I never really had perfume to myself when I was younger. But I don't really get magazines anymore. But if I did, I probably would use it. But right now, innocent, because I never actually find the little perfume things in magazines anymore. And the only magazine we actually get delivered to our house is Entertainment Weekly, and there's never any, you know, perfume flyers in there. Question number 26. Lied about your age. I don't know if this is asking, like, have you ever lied about your age? I guess it is. I have lied about my age. I'm guilty of that for sure. Not now. I wouldn't say like, oh, I'm younger than I am, because I'm 21. So I'm not gonna say that, you know, oh, I'm 19 or I'm this. But when I was 11 years old, yes, 11 years old, I said that I was 15 years old. Because you could only be like a certain age to get on MySpace. So I lied about my age and I went on MySpace. And a guy started talking to me, and you know, he thought that I was 15, so I wasn't gonna say, oh yeah, I'm 11. So I actually told him I was 15, and I don't know how, because a lot of people think I'm 15 right now. So I don't know how he believed me at 11 saying that I'm 15. But he believed me, and he asked me out, and we went on a date. So that was awkward, but he ended up cheating on me and breaking up with me before he even found out. So he still doesn't know. Question 27. Lied about your child's age to get a better deal. Innocent of this. Caden's only 9 months old, so most places he does get in free, I guess. I guess it depends where we're going. We really haven't went anywhere big or anything, or had to say, you know, how old he was to get a better deal or anything. So I'd have to say innocent for that one. Question 28. Given someone the wrong number on purpose. Innocent. I never really had a case where I had to give someone the wrong number on purpose. I've always had to give my regular number. No one's ever actually asked me for my number, really, except, you know, I guess like my husband or people that I was actually interested in going out with. So, you know, I never actually was like, ew, this person's gross, you know, here's a fake number. No, I never actually had to go through that. I know a lot of people have, so I totally understand. Question 29. Peed in the shower as an adult. You had to save the really embarrassing one for the end, didn't you? I would have to say yes. Who hasn't? Maybe there are people that think it's nasty, but I have peed in the shower just to save time, to save water, I guess. You know, a lot of people have. I know a ton of people, a ton of my friends that have. You know, a lot of people do. So there's probably people out there that haven't, but yeah, I'm one of those people. I'm one of those people that did. Okay, that was all the questions on the tag. I know that was probably super long. I didn't think that was gonna be a long tag. I was trying to go for a quick one. I'm so sorry. But if you're watching this and you liked it and you wanna do it yourself, then please feel free to do it. I would love to watch, and comment below and tell me if you have done it, and I'll check out your video too. I hope you guys enjoyed. Please thumbs up and subscribe if you liked it and you want to see more videos. Bye-bye.